So I go over and ask, like, what are you guys looking for? And turns out they're looking for a tooth. Also preparing for our winter festival. Oh my goodness, it's next week. Oh my goodness. Next year, I probably won't do Elf on the Shelf. Only in first grade. I've kind of trained myself to type in my name wrong. Alright, good morning. I'm getting ready to go to work. And I was about to pack my lunch, but Alex already packed it for me. He packed yogurt for me, a chocolate, yesterday's leftovers. So that's super nice of him. He does that every once in a while. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and see what I'm gonna eat for breakfast. I'm probably gonna eat just a bagel. Before I go to work, I'm gonna stop at the store and just buy some containers just because I want to start the gingerbread ornaments today. I need to go get that. Oh, the cookie cutter. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm in my classroom. My aide was awesome and let me borrow this movie, and she brought the Elf Christmas book, which I don't know if I want to read, but maybe. But I did want the movie. I was looking for it all over the internet, so I wanted to buy a digital copy of it because it's easier to keep track of, but I literally could not find that anywhere. So I love Write the Room. I used to do it in kindergarten for letter of the week, and then after that I used to do CBC words when we went over the whole alphabet. I feel like that doesn't necessarily work too well in first grade because they can do more than that, so I don't want them to be like, so I don't want it to be super easy. I want it to be somewhat challenging and in line to what we're working on. So I found this. Originally I found it for Thanksgiving and it was really nice and I loved it, so I bought it for December. This is from, I think it's from Miss Allison Henry, I believe her name is, or Miss Henry in First. Mrs. Henry in First. Basically Write the Room, but instead there are these little cards and you have to match the right punctuation mark on your recording sheet. Recording sheets look like this, and then you also have to figure out the secret message to find the gingerbread man, which is really nice. So I have an answer sheet. I should have. That's probably a good idea. And I think the bundle came with 4 different activities, so this is the first one that we'll do for the first week, and maybe I'll change it out next week and stuff like that. Also, for writing, I switch off on writing between a free write and then a prompt. So yesterday we did free write and today we're going to do a prompt. For prompts, I use these prompts. It's for the whole year and they are separated by month. I will link these below as well as the gingerbread grammar thing. But I love these. So today we will work on this one. This is I will ask Santa for, and that's great. I'm going to show you where our elf ended up today. And here's our elf. We ended up naming him Rudolph Snowflake.
Wait, won't applesauce get in there?
Yeah.
That's just
Oh man.
I love
Alright,
it.
dump it in.
It's so bright. Wait, what do you need glue in it?
So it sticks together. So it is the end of the school day. It's actually an hour after the end of the school day. I was just talking to teachers after school and I had a quick little meeting after that, so that's why I didn't vlog, but I vlogged a little bit of our gingerbread making ornament process. My hands are like, I don't know, like still feel like they're full of cinnamon, but it's fine. But yes, we made gingerbread ornaments today. I thought it was gonna be more of like a whole week process, but we got them done today. I just like cranked them through and it was so fun. Last year I made them with my class, but I actually didn't make them myself. I had a volunteer do them and they turned out great. So this time around I made them myself. This time around it was me that was working with the students and making them. In case you want to know what I did or used to make them, 1/4 of a cup of glue, like Elmer's glue, 1 cup of applesauce, and then tons and tons of cinnamon. I was just adding it until it became more of like a dough consistency, and then I just rolled it out, stamped out the gingerbread man, and that's it. Super easy, super fun. I also made sure to add like a hole on the head so I can put ribbon around it so we can hang them. And yeah, that's it. It was super fun. The kids loved it. I am so glad to have that out of the way because now I can get back to regular things for the rest of the week and then do something fun again next week. Next week we are making gingerbread houses. I'm leaving now and I'm gonna go ahead and go to Target. I have to buy some Secret Santa stuff. I totally meant to vlog at Target, but I forgot. I was shopping for my Secret Santa. Last year, a few teacher YouTubers got together and did a Secret Santa. So this year we're doing it again. Not everybody's doing it because people are busy and stuff like that, but I am, and I want to make sure it's sent out by tomorrow. I'm so tired. Yesterday I was super tired too. Pretty sure I felt this tired last year too. I love this time of year, but it's definitely exhausting. I can't even begin to try to explain how tired I am. It's all because of Christmas, but it's totally worth it because I love this time of year. Like I said, I was actually thinking about why it is that I'm this tired, but then obviously I realized that it's because I'm still teaching all day long, but in addition to that, it's almost the end of the quarter, so I'm trying to wrap up the standards that we've learned about this year or this quarter. And while also doing all these fun Christmas activities in my classroom and also preparing for our winter festival. Oh my goodness, it's next week. Oh my goodness. We have a winter festival next week where my students are going to perform 2 to 3 songs. I was going to add one more, but now that I actually say it out loud and it's next Friday, like literally next Friday, I don't think I can do that. We've practiced the songs here and there, but not anywhere where we should be. And it is super hard to fit it all in. Now I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can fit everything in the box that I bought, and then I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, so the thing that I was worried totally fits in the box, and it fits perfectly. And I just got to my classroom. I'm just turning on all the Christmas lights. Then after I'm done doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and flip over all the gingerbread ornaments so they can dry properly. Oh, I forgot to turn that one off and that one. but yeah, today is Wednesday. We have PE, and I'm also gonna set aside some practice time for my students to practice our winter festival songs. I'm also going to put up a post on Class Dojo reminding parents about it and asking parents if their child's even going to come, because I have this thing in mind that I want to do for the performance, and if not everybody's here, then it's going to be kind of then it's not going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. So we have one casualty. This one was way too thin, as you can see, compared to the other one, so that's probably why. Hey guys, it is Monday after school. I didn't really vlog last week, and let me explain why. So I originally planned to do vlogmas for the month of December, and I quickly changed my mind after uploading 3 videos in a row, and here's why. A lot of people do vlogmas, like a lot of people, and I personally love watching vlogmas. But I noticed from those 3 videos that my engagement was so much lower than it was when I posted once a week or twice a week. And as I'm trying to figure out why, I realized that, again, so many people are doing vlogmas, so there's definitely a surplus of content being put out daily. And also, the majority of the people that watch my videos are teachers or are college students wanting to be teachers. So right now for teachers it's really busy. I know I haven't been watching a lot of videos lately because I'm super busy. And then for college students, it's finals time, so they're also very busy studying, so they probably don't have time to watch videos. So what I decided to do is that instead of posting every single day, and even every other day like I had mentioned after that, I'm probably gonna post twice a week, because if I were to post every single day, that'd be so much more work for me, December is crazy, and the return on my time investment, my work investment, and everything would not be nearly as high as it is usually when I just upload once a week. So I hope you guys understand, but yeah, I do have videos planned out for you guys though. Okay, so yesterday I was planning and I spent probably an hour and a half making a PowerPoint presentation basically for CKLA. At my school, we use CKLA for phonics. And last year in kindergarten, I used to use Saxon phonics, and I had purchased a flip chart thing that went along with every single lesson. Now, because I'm not in the same grade level, and I'm not in the same, and then we're not using the same curriculum, I don't have that, and I also don't have a smart board. So it's kind of hard to find resources that will work without a smart board, and will only work with a projector when my computer is like literally across the room. So I spent so much time, do you see that? Doing the lessons for the week. I think I ended up with like 350 slides. So let me just show you real quick. Okay, so this is where we're at. We're at Unit 3, Lesson 11, and I sometimes change the order around depending on what I think is gonna flow better. So we were gonna practice some sight words, or tricky words as they call it, but I like to call it sight word, and we were gonna play sight word basketball with it. I have a basketball hat that I will link down below and insert right here on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. And usually I would let each student have a turn shooting the ball, but that would take forever, and it wasn't nearly as engaging because they all knew they were gonna get a turn. So I decided to do it this way instead. So it says if you get this, then you get to shoot a basket. So they're looking for this on their sight word. And they also have a clicker so I can point and move through slides since I don't have a smart board. So then we just go around the room. We each say a sight word, and some people would get a basket. So that's what we did. Oops. Then we had our spelling words at the bottom, and then we sorted them by sound. So we have 2 double O sounds, an OU sound, and a sight word. So we went ahead and sorted them, and I just wrote on the board with a regular marker. But yeah, that took me forever to do yesterday. I think it took me an hour and a half, if not longer, and I wanted to do the same thing for math, but I didn't get the chance to. I think I only had today and tomorrow covered, so hopefully when I get home I can keep going. I loved having this ready. It brought me back to last year when I felt like things were more stable. Our gingerbread ornaments are finally dry, so I do have to go buy some white puffy paint so we can decorate them and put them on a tree. But see, they are pretty cool. They turned out pretty good. Our elf is currently taking a nap. Put him in a tissue box and right here, and originally he has some tissues covering him, but I guess some kids needed tissues, so they just kind of took them. But yeah, I feel like my room is such a mess, and I can't stand it, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean everything up. Okay, so I got some Scholastic books that I thought I would share with you guys. I love buying books for my classroom. I think it's great to have a variety of books in your classroom. So I definitely do buy the $1 book deal. I usually buy a couple of them, one for my classroom and then one to give out for my monthly book raffles. So let me show you what I have this time. So first I got this one. Which is Merry Christmas Peanut. We read that today. Then I also have, there was an old lady who swallowed a bell. Then I have been buying some of these phonic books, and just because it comes with about 10 of them, and it says it's 12 of them, but 2 of them are activity books. But I did buy this set this time around. They're just Disney princesses, and my girls are super excited about it. In the past, I've purchased the Pokemon version of this. I've also bought the Fly Guy version of it, and I want to buy the Marvel superhero version of it, and then probably something else. I also have the Pixar version of it, so like movies. I bought this one because it was free. I don't really know what it's about. I have this one, which I already have, but I'm gonna give this one away in a book raffle because my kids love Elephant and Piggy books. Goodbye Autumn, Hello Winter, and I think I have Goodbye Winter, Hello Spring as well. I bought 3 of these books. I thought I bought 2, but I guess I bought 3. 'Twas the Night Before Thanksgiving. Same thing, same goes for this one. This one is No Turkey for Thanksgiving. Then I'm excited to read this one right before Polar Express. This is Do Frogs Drink Hot Chocolate. Then I have Snowman Magic, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. How Do Dinosaurs Say Merry Christmas? Mistletoe. And Pete the Cat Saves Christmas. And then I have another phonics set for There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed Some Phonics. Then I got the other copy of this, which again, I don't know why I got 3. It makes sense to get 2, but not 3. And then Too Many Tamales, which is probably something that I'm going to read next week. Next week I'm going to do a Christmas Around the World type of thing. And originally I wanted to do it this week, but I couldn't get the materials ready in time, so I'll just do it next week. Primary Graffiti, I think, posted on Instagram this like boarding pass thing that I loved and I really wanted to use in my classroom, but she wasn't going to have it up for at least a week, so I went ahead and made one myself that looks pretty similar and just kind of fits my needs a little bit better. So I will show you that once it's ready. So we are going to be talking about Hanukkah because I have a student in my class that celebrates Hanukkah and Christmas. We're going to be talking about Las Posadas and then Christmas here. That's how we're going to end it off. And then I have one more that I forgot, but I have all the books ready to go, and I got the little readers from Simply Kinder, and I also got another little activity book to go along with it. So I did put up the tree. It ended up working. I just kind of taped the sides to make it strong. Does that make sense? Because I lost the legs. I don't have it fully decorated yet though, because I have all my ornaments here, so whenever I catch a student being kind or going out of the way to help others, I go ahead and tell them to put up an ornament. So today I told a couple of students, and we already have maybe like 10 of them, so the kids find it exciting, and I feel like it's a great way to promote kindness, so that's what we've been doing. I'm gonna go ahead and tidy up a little bit, and then I'm probably gonna head home just because I don't know, I don't feel like staying here much longer, and whatever I have to do here I can probably do at home, and since I already have my week planned out, there's not much I have to do here. So I'm probably gonna go buy the puffy paint and then go home, and that kind of works out because Alex and I have to meet up with someone later this evening, so I want to get dinner ready before then. Talking about dinner, I suck, like literally suck at cooking. I try my best, and typically if I find a recipe that's easy enough and it has super detailed steps, I can make it happen. It won't necessarily look the prettiest, but I can make it happen. But sometimes it's a little too overwhelming trying to find new recipes to have like a variety of food throughout the week when, you know, it's super crazy here at work. My brother just signed up for one of those like meal delivery services that they kind of give you the ingredients and be like, here you go, put it all together. And I don't remember which one he got. I don't know, there's a lot of them out there, but I forgot which my brother has. But my point is, he got it so he could learn how to cook. I think he's on his 2nd week, and he's been sending me pictures of what the food looks like, and it looks so good. And he says it's pretty easy, so I kind of want to give that a try. I don't know. Do you guys do anything like that? And if you do, which one do you like? I almost forgot to show you guys. Look how cute this is. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's a mini apple pie in this super cute packaging that my aide gave me. She made it. Super cute. Hello guys, it is Monday, December 17th. So it is the last week before we go on break, and things are crazy. There's crumbs all over my floor. My room is a mess, but there is a method to my madness. I'm gonna set you down and just kind of talk about the day. Okay, so first of all, I had 4 kids out today, which makes a huge difference when some of your other kids get pulled out for services, or when you are benchmark testing, so your aide's helping you and she's testing other kids outside of the classroom. It definitely makes a huge difference. But we are almost done with the math benchmark. Now we're going to move on to the ELA benchmark. So after that, we're good to go. I also started I feel like I'm not really doing a good job of this, but we're doing holidays around the world, and I want to do one each day this week, so let me show you kind of what I have. So I made this, and the graphic may seem familiar. I saw that Primary Graffiti posted this on Instagram, but she didn't have the product ready at the time, and she was going to take about 3 or 4 days to finish it. So I didn't have that kind of time because I thought I was going to do this last week. So I ended up just doing my own, which is very, very similar, if not pretty much identical to what she did. And I just want to put it out there. I'm not taking credit for this whatsoever, so I'll actually link her product down below if she has it up already, because I think it's really cute. In order for us as a class to travel to our destination, everybody has to have a boarding pass that looks like this. Now I don't know if that's what she had intended with her product, but that's what I'm doing. So as kids are being good and whatnot, I'll give them a boarding pass. Ideally, kind of what I did today, I made sure that all my students had a boarding pass by 1:30 because that's when I wanted to start, and that's what the boarding pass says anyway. So if you see, it just says holiday air flight, and I just put like random numbers. Yeah, I don't know what those numbers mean. Gate 1A, just because we're first grade. Date December 17th, that was today. Time 1:30. Class, we're first class, we're first grade, I don't know. Seat 1, 2, 3, 4. And then holiday destinations right here, it says Mexico / Las Posadas, and that's what we were learning about today. So once everybody earned their boarding pass, we went out to the classroom in a line. They all had their boarding pass, and I scanned it, downloaded a beep sound effect on my phone, and I would like scan it, and when it would beep, they would go in to our airplane, which was our classroom. And then I played a video of an airplane taking off, so what you would see if you were looking through the window, and kids were super excited. Then once we landed, I revealed our destination, and if they were reading our boarding pass, they would know already, but they were super excited that it was Mexico today. I had purchased a while ago some of Simply Kinder's easy readers for kindergarten, which work for first grade for like things like this. So I went and accessed the holidays around the world little bundle, and I printed off Las Posadas one, so we read it together as a class, and then we started on our scrapbook. We also watched some videos on YouTube to better supplement this whole thing. And yeah, so then this I kind of made myself. I feel like it was done very last minute, which it was because it was done last night. So I feel like if I do this again, I'll definitely make it better. But it just says day 1 destination. They glue their boarding pass like if it was a scrapbook. And then on here, this is another product from Simply Kinder. We read about this as well, and we glued it there. And then on here, I actually used my green screen, as you can see, to take a picture of my students in front of like a piñata, because the little reader that we had talked about piñatas, and they didn't know that that's what I was taking a picture of, because all they can see is a green screen. So it was super cool to see the reaction. And then on the next page is here are 3 things I learned. So they're gonna be right. So they wrote about 3 things they learned about the holiday, and if they forgot, they could always reference back to that little reader, which my students did. But yeah, is it the best? No, but I'm trying, but I'm giving it my best shot, and I can always improve it for next year. I didn't vlog much last week, but I do want to talk about this because this was hilarious. So last week, I think we had a birthday, so we were eating, almost finishing up the treats, which were donuts, and I had a student that had a wobbly tooth, and this student had been telling me about this wobbly tooth for like 2 days now. Suddenly, I see everybody like literally by the door on their hands and knees trying to look for something. So in my head, I'm like, okay, they probably saw a dead bug, I don't know. So I go over and ask, like, what are you guys looking for? And turns out they're looking for a tooth. So I'm like, oh my goodness, okay, so there I am too, on my hands and knees trying to look for a tooth. And I asked the student, like, are you sure you didn't swallow it, because it's not anywhere on the floor? And the student was like, no, like I saw it fall, I know I did. And I'm like, okay. So we looked for it for like 5 minutes. Eventually my aide comes in, she's also on the floor looking for the tooth, and I kept asking the student, are you sure you didn't swallow it? And then I thought to ask the student, let me see your teeth right now. So the student opens their mouth wide, and the tooth was still intact, where it had not fallen. So we spent all the time, and even that student spent all the time thinking that their tooth had fallen, when in fact it was still in their mouth. Only in first grade. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my classroom, and then I'll talk to you guys and see what I do. Hey guys, so it is the end of the day. I'm home already. It's only 3:47. That's pretty early. Today was crazy busy. We only have 2 days until break, which reminds me I have to post a dojo reminder. Hey Siri, remind me at 6:30 p.m. to put a dojo reminder about early release on Thursday and no after school on Thursday. I have set like 4 reminders on my way home already because I don't want to forget. We were trying to finish, which for the most part we did, our gifts to our parents. We are making them a book, so I wanted that to be done. I think I only have 3 students that technically didn't finish, and that's only because the paint was drying. So pretty much you're all done with the actual contents of the book. We also had an assembly today, so that took about 30 minutes maybe. Overall, today was really, really busy. I had to take my Christmas tree down because if you remember, my Christmas tree did not have legs, but I had to figure out a way to make it stand up. But this morning it was kind of like slanted, so I tried to fix it and it just kept falling. So I just decided to just put it away. I went to the store right after school to buy little gift bags for my student gifts. Last year I wrapped them. This year I do not want to wrap 20 of them. So I bought gift bags. I bought chocolate milk so I can have my hot chocolate for Thursday, which we were doing our Polar Express. Last year I made this like really yummy hot chocolate, which was just regular milk, a bunch of chocolate chips that melted in the crock pot, and I put a little bit of sweet condensed milk, and it was so good. I also put marshmallows. This year, however, I don't want to spend that much money on it, so I just bought chocolate milk. Shout out to Elle that gave me that idea. Thank you. I also bought like Avery packaging labels so I can just go ahead and put that on the bags, the gift bags, to make them more festive because they're just like brown paper bags basically. I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, so I'm in my office. It's echoing in here because there is no furniture. I have like a cube organizer and my printer, and that's pretty much it. I plan to work on my office over break. We'll see how that goes. But right now I'm just taking off stickers off of the little tumblers. I'm gonna start making them. Last year I put these little kid clip art thing that I bought from where did I buy them from? I think I bought them from Learning in Wonderland. So they kind of look like my kids, sort of. So I put those inside here, and then I also had their names on there. Bags that I bought at Walmart. I'm not sure how much of a deal I got now that I think about it, but I already did it anyway. So I bought these bags that were just brown paper bags. They're pretty sturdy. Nothing that matters. You're gonna be probably throwing them in the trash anyway. But I also got some of these Avery labels, and I use them all the time, so I don't mind buying a new pack. I only use 2 sheets and I have 8 left. I made this on PowerPoint. Okay, I hate when I put reminders through Siri and it totally does not say what you meant to say. Anyway, I made this label on PowerPoint, screenshotted it, and then I put it on this, and I just put it on the template for those tags or labels, whatever. Then I printed it, and that's it. Super easy, personalized. Works great. Now I'm gonna put the tumblers inside of them. Okay, so it is the next day. Is my camera dirty? Okay, so it is the next day. I did get my classroom to myself after school, but I was doing so many things. I was trying to finish putting together our gifts for parents, from the kids. So that took a long time. And then there was also an event after school. It was like a father-daughter dance kind of thing. So there's a lot of people coming in and out of the school. I tried to put a sign outside my door that says like medium progress, hoping that, no one would come into my room, but still it happened and I knew it would. So that's why I didn't vlog. It's also like 8:15 p.m. I got home about an hour ago and I'm just exhausted, so tired. Tomorrow is the last day of school for kids, so it should be jam-packed. We're having our Polar Express celebration, so with hot cocoa, cookies, PJs, watching a movie. I think I just have maybe 8 gifts to wrap, and then finish putting together my bags. I also want to make a label for my parent gift, so I'm gonna go ahead and go get some more wrapping paper from downstairs. So I posted this on Instagram, but I don't think I talked about it here. I got this cool little gift. It's like a tumbler. It's a really nice one. I don't drink coffee, but if I drink something, it's probably water or Thai tea, and I can put it in here. So it says Miss Ursua. Ursua is going to be my married last name. I do plan on changing my last name probably over winter break, since that's when I have the most time to do so. I also have to figure out how to do that because I have no idea where to start. But yeah, look how cool that is. It's white and sparkly, has donuts all over it, and they spelled my future last name right. So many people get it wrong. It's funny because they spell this right, but they spell my real last name wrong. This happens a lot, by the way. They switched the A, supposed to be S-A-N-D-O-V-A-L, not S-A-N-D-A-V-O-L. I have a few usernames at work that were given to me with my last name spelled wrong. I've kind of trained myself to type in my name wrong. Super cute. I also got a few more gifts today. I think it was a couple of them. I did want to talk about something. I'm still on the fence about it. I haven't made my mind up, but I'm still going to talk about it. So last year and this year in my classroom, I had an elf on the shelf, and it was so much fun last year. I had a lot of fun putting up the elf in different places, and usually I would move the elf after school when the kids left. So in the morning when I got there and the kids got there, it would be in a new place, and it worked out really well because any after school activity would not be hosted in our school. It would be hosted at a separate building for after school activities. So the chances of my kids coming into my classroom while I was moving the elf after school were pretty much slim to none. This year, if you've been with me for like at least 5 vlogs, then you know my situation's different. There's an after school program and it is in my classroom. So obviously I don't move the elf after school because then my kids would see. But there's also a before school program that starts about 15 minutes before contract hours start. So basically there's always kids in school. This year it has been kind of harder to keep up with the elf on the shelf. I think there's been a couple of days, there's been 2 days where I forgot to move it, and kids were fine. They didn't question it too much, but I felt horrible because it's super simple. It's just moving the elf, but there's so much going on that I forget. And I also had an incident yesterday, kind of an incident, where I had put the elf in a plastic shoe bin and with a lid closed. Inside of the box I wrote help, so it looks like the elf needs help to get out. So I had the shoe bin right here. I had another shoe bin on top and another one on top, so it was at the bottom. Kids loved that it was there, but then the next day, I think that was today, I don't even know what day it is. The next day, the bottom shoe bin with the elf was at the very top and it was flipped over. So a lot of kids were upset that happened. I do not know when it happened, but I do know who did it because a bunch of kids told me, and that student fessed up to it. And technically that student didn't touch the elf, but they did mess with the elf. So I think that next year I probably won't do elf on the shelf. If I was at my old school, I totally would still do it next year, just because I was able to move it after school and it would be super easy. Now at this school, there's a lot of more things coming into play that can affect when or how or what I can do with the elf. So I think that's way too much to worry about, especially in December. So I'm not gonna be doing elf on the shelf next year. I'm not 100% sure on that yet, but as of now, it's 1.5 days before break, and I just don't think I can handle it again next year, and I feel like I'm gonna drop the ball, so I'm just not gonna do it. Let me know in the comments below if you do elf on the shelf. Okay, so what was I here for? Wrapping paper. Okay. Good morning. It is Thursday. It's the last day before break. I don't know why my voice sounds a little weird, but today we're doing a Polar Express kind of thing with hot chocolate, cookies, watching a movie, PJs. I wasn't sure how many of my kids were gonna wear PJs because I posted it on Dojo and only 5 parents have seen it so far. So I thought to play it safe, so I'm just wearing this like top from Old Navy, leggings, and then this coat. But I did bring my fuzzy little sweater to change into instead of this, in case there's kids that actually have PJs. But so far I've seen kids with PJs, so that's a good thing. I got all my gifts ready, so let me show you. So I bought these bags at Walmart. I made these labels on my computer. I put their names here that you can't see, and then I just put wrapping paper as tissue paper because I didn't have any. So I have 20 of these. Let me show you what they look like. Okay, so it is after school. It's all done. Taking everything Christmas down because it was tiring. I am exhausted. So I'm going to take things down and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit and talk to you guys about how today went. Okay, so I'm pretty much done taking down the Christmas stuff except for that sign that I never finished putting up. December was rough. And I did change this border to black. I loved my color scheme last year, and I still do. I just think it's too much for this small of a space. Last year, I had the same things that I have now, and it felt fine. I felt relaxed and whatnot, but now that my space is smaller, it seems just like it is a lot more colorful, even though I still have the same stuff, if not less, and it just gets to me, so I can only imagine that it gets to the kids as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and change some things to mostly black and white. It's kind of like my classroom roles with a few pops of like color. So I did change my blinds. You can't really see because it's super bright, but I changed them to white. I'm gonna go ahead and change this string. You can't even really tell, but I'm gonna change it to black as well. And I kind of want to paint the classroom white. We'll see if I am up for it during break. If not, and I think it'll be easier because it's gray, so we'll see. So I'm heading out of my classroom, and I'm trying to get my stuff together, and it's kind of hard. So I did bring this huge bag that I'll show you right now. And funny story about that bag is I went to like a 31, I think it's called 31 like products selling party, and I hate going to those. I hate being sold to because I always feel obligated to buy some things. So this time around, it was one of my really good friends at the time that was hosting it, and I didn't want to buy anything. Nothing really caught my eye or anything like that. So I ended up buying this $50 basically laundry hamper. That's what they described it as. I think it's called a utility bag that I never use except for like this time of year. So I have all my Christmas gifts on here, ready to go. And this is literally the only time in the year where this is useful. All right, I'm gonna head out because Alex has another holiday party that I'm going to with him. So I have to get ready. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, so it's Friday, December 21st, and today was the teacher in-service day. So I got my report cards all ready to go. I got my benchmarks all inputted by my awesome aide, and I'm pretty satisfied with the results. I know I have to reteach a few things, but it's not that big of a deal. I also got my Dibble scores, and I'm pretty satisfied with those as well. I don't even know what I have vlogged about. I think it's just gonna be short little clips of me throughout Christmas break because I just couldn't keep it together, and I couldn't consistently vlog because I was so incredibly busy, and now I'm free. This is literally the first break that I haven't worked in like 2 or 3 years. So I'm definitely going to take full advantage of that and do other things. So today we had a little breakfast at our school. We had a Secret Santa, which is always really fun. I love Secret Santas, and I totally knew who my Secret Santa was. She did awesome. She gave me a Target gift card, which is always great. And she also works at Ulta's, so she gave me like face mask and like highlighters and stuff like that, which I'm like, yes. Yeah, I'm gonna go home now. I'm gonna get some rest. I'm kind of tired, and I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed this weird ramble of a vlog, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.